Hello and welcome. Shion is
The latest and greatest new character in Overwatch. Now, she has a lot of mysteries around how much damage she can really actually do and around what can stop her bike. We're on some myth-busting type stuff with how her bike actually truly interacts. And with that out of the way, let's start going through a bunch of the characters and seeing what can really stop Shinron's bike. Now we're going to begin with our healers. Our first one up is Anna, and her sleep dart very easily takes Shinron straight off of her bike. And this is honestly how a lot of the interactions go. As we can see, Mizuki chains straight off of the bike. But with Mizuki, the ultimate, the bike can go straight through and still damage people inside and on the other side of it. Now, it does completely block her ultimate, so Mizuki is pretty good against her. You just have to be careful with the bike in the ultimate. Next up is Jetpack Cat. His ultimate takes Shinron straight off of the bike. The bike still goes, but Shinron gets tethered. Then we have Brigitte, which her flail can boop the bike back, and while in her ultimate, she can take Shinron straight off the bike. It still does explode on the shield, but she is taken off of it. Next up is Lifeweaver, and at any time, he can just grab you straight off the bike. Now we can get to one of my favorite interactions. Baptiste's Wall doesn't boost the bike's damage at all. As we can better see if I put them right next to each other, they do pretty much exactly the same damage. Now though, what is fun is his wall boosts the ultimate, and because it's so fast damage, it just deletes people. I think Bap and her are going to be very strong. The only other interactions in the support role are things that give her bike more movement speed. As we can see, Juno increases it from 13 to 15.75 and Lucio to 16.30. And then finally, if we get a bunch of the supports and we use all of the things to 17.13 speed. But that's it for the interactions with support. So now we get to DPS. Genji can easily reflect our execution, but he does not reflect the bike. It doesn't really count as a projectile. And we can see it's the same thing with the aerial bike, just not a projectile. But interestingly enough, one of the only ones that deletes the bike is Junkrat's Trap, which is kind of very unique. There's not a lot of things that fully delete the bike. Just gone. The only other time I've seen the bike get fully deleted is with Sombra. Sombra almost entirely counters Shion, deleting her bike, stopping her execution, and doing so with both her regular hack and her ultimate. Now, Shion players do get one saving grace, and that's if we ult and get hacked, it doesn't just completely cancel our ultimate, and we can kind of just go about our day completely normal. But that's it with Sombra. Now, Mei's Blizzard takes us off of our bike. I'm also assuming if you get her perk that freezes, it will take her off of her bike, even though that would be incredibly hard to land. It does also freeze you in ultimate, but it doesn't cancel your ult. So if you get like life gripped out of it, maybe you can still use your ultimate. Venture just can drill your entire bike back. Makes sense to me. Symmetra's portals can also be completely driven through, which is kind of exciting. Also, Symmetra's portals can be dashed and ulted through. But when you dash through it, it also cancels all your momentum, so you stop exactly on the portal, which is a little bit weird.
next we have Ash, where Bob will just chuck her in the air still on her bike. I'm also assuming Coach Gun will just boop her away. Frasia's ultimate actually takes her out of her bike, and the bike does keep going. McCree, his stun grenade, takes her off the bike. And now we're finally at our tanks, where Zarya's black hole takes her off the bike, but the bike keeps going. The bike diffs gravity, I guess. Roadhog, one of her biggest counters, just grabs her and instantly shoots her. I think the bike does keep going. Junker Queen just pulls, doesn't pull her off the bike. And Malga can charge on top of you and hit you in the head and take you off of the bike. Malga's ultimate's a little bit interesting, where if you go into it with the bike breaks, but you can actually push it out of the bike if you're trying to bike out of the ultimate. Ramantra's slowdown doesn't actually slow you down at all. I was holding S in that clip to slow myself down, but you can't jump throw the bike in it because it won't let you vertically go higher. Diva can completely eat your execute. She cannot, however, eat the bike, whether it's thrown or on the floor. Diva can also eat your entire ultimate if it's well timed, which is kind of ridiculous. Next, we have the Crusader himself, Reinhardt, and he can straight up pin you straight off of your bike, but I do think it explodes directly on his body. He can also shatter you, but your bike does keep going and still hit him. Next, we have Sigma, and he cannot swallow the bike in any way. He can also rock you straight off of your bike, but it will keep going. Also, if he ults you, it will take away your bike as well. Hazard's ultimate can pin you where you stand, but the bike will keep moving as well. It doesn't get affected, which is pretty interesting. And I think that's everything for hero interactions. Now we get down to our bread and butter combos. As you can see, if you hit your joyride and then get off of your bike, it will instantly do 190 damage, killing both Tracer and Baby Divas. Her next combo is pretty similar. It's the same thing, joyride, hit, off, and then you add a melee, making 40 extra damage, so that allows us to kill targets with 230 HP or less, aka all of these characters, a lot of the supports in the game, and some of the squishier DPSs. Now, if you think that's just not good enough, not enough damage, we can actually get more than that once we start introducing her execute, allowing us to kill targets from 250 HP to 510. Which means every single one of these heroes is in our kill range. Also, some of the squishier tanks, if we weave in another melee at the very end of our execute. But sadly, the high health tanks are still slightly out of our range. One other thing I wanted to test is if I get both of her perks, and instead of taking Ex Machina for that extra damage, which I know that's a hard thing to accept, not getting that extra damage, but it only increases our damage about 50 with Ex Machina, and they have to be below that 70 or the 50% health threshold, right? So if I take rapid reload instead, and the reason we're taking rapid reload is because we have 18 bullets, right? If we get our other perk, the Faces of Death, every time we shift and get a headshot, it reduces that cooldown. So can I just play infinite ammo now? I almost think yes. So you could play infinite ammo, infinite overhealth Shion. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, here's a little bonus, maybe glitch. You can actually hover in the wall for like half a second. I don't really understand how it works, but you drive into the wall and you jump at the very last second of the cooldown and hold space and forward into the wall. And you will just be stuck there for like half a second floating.